In this video, I'm going to run through a few of the books that I've picked up at charity shops in July, because I realised that I've missed them, seeing as I was doing car boots and other things. I also have a puzzle book idea, so stay tuned to the end for that. Oh, and some sales. Hi, I'm Tina. I'm addicted to books. I buy bargain books to read and then resell. So first off, we have a couple of the series of Unfortunate Events books. I've been collecting these hardbacks because I picked up books 1 to 8 at a car boot and realised that they'd sell better as a series of 13. So I managed to find book 11 and 12. I paid up a little bit to add them to my collection. These were £1.49 each. And that was in one charity shop. And then about a week later, I found book 10. The Slippery Slope, and these are all in not too bad condition, so they're going to go nicely with the other ones I have. So now the only book I'm missing from the set is book 8, so I'm looking out for that, and then I'll have the whole lot to read and then resell. I've picked up Anne and Todd McCaffrey's Dragon Harper New Adventure of Pern. This one was £1, and the hardback, this is the BCA edition. And I picked this one up for my own interest because I read a lot of the Pern books when I was a teenager, and this is one I haven't read because it came out a bit later, so I'm going to add that to my collection. I might reread all my Pern books and then do a bundle of sale of them. Haven't decided yet. I do really like them, so I might just have to hold on to them. Remember, in previous video I found a few Kate Moss books. So I found this one, Sepulture. This is part of the Labyrinth collection, and this is a really heavy, lovely first edition hardback. At least I believe it was first edition. Let me just double check. Yeah, this one is a first edition. So I already had the Citadel in hardback, so a first edition. So I thought and I had another. And I had the first one, Labyrinth, as well. So I've now put these three together as a set on eBay because I already have another set that I'm in paperback that I'm going to read. So that's quite nice to have a hardback set to sell. That one was 50p. That's the other reason I picked it up, because 50p you can't really turn down a first edition first edition hardback, even if it doesn't have a massive amount of value. One that I'd forgotten to show you from a previous video, because when I picked it up I then put it away without mentioning it. So this one was, can't remember, I shall add the price. I'll be struggling with the angles here today. So this one is Username Evie by Jo Sugg. This is a graphic novel. Didn't know anything about them. Thought it looked interesting. Thought it'd be a nice read. Doesn't have massive value. But then in another charity shop, I found this other one by the same guy. And this one was 50p. So I thought, oh, okay, it'll be part of the same thing. It'll go together. But this one is actually signed by the author, which is nice for 50p. Again, I don't think it has massive value, but I'm going to have a read, and then I'm going to put them both together to sell them on afterwards. And I guess with this one being signed, it might have more chance of selling. But yeah, quite interesting. I'll have to let you know what they're like, because don't really know anything about them. But once I've had a read of them, I will let you know. If anyone else has read anything like these, let me know in the comments. In June, I also got this cute little book of mini amigurumi, I can never pronounce this, amigurumi animals. Amigurumi is basically crochet to make little creatures, lots of little cute animals, which I'm going to have fun making some of those. And I picked that up from a car boot for £1, and I think I forgot to tell you, which was lovely. And this crochet book is the one that I got with a big bag of wool on Free Cycle. So obviously someone was getting rid of probably their COVID hobby bag, and they'd had enough of their knitting and crochet and were giving it away. So I had this one. Not sure there's much in here for me to make. Some mittens, a few baby bits, but quite nice illustrations of some open work patterns. It's quite good. So I'll have fun reading through that. So that's nice. Freebie with a free bag full. Picked up these 3 Melinda Salisbury books: The Sin Eater's Daughter, The Sleeping Prince and The Scarecrow Queen. Obviously I got these because they look like a set. You can see them there. And these were 99p each. So I believe these will be a read and then resell. Not actually sure. I think this is the first one. Sounds a little bit like Shattered. I am the perfect weapon I kill with a single touch. It says, Twila is blessed. The gods have chosen her to marry a prince and rule the kingdom, but the favour of the gods has its price. A deadly poison infuses her skin. Those who anger the queen must die under Twila's fatal touch. Only Leaf, an outspoken new guard, can see past Twila's chilling role to the girl she truly is. Yet in a court as dangerous as the queen's, some truths should not be told. I'm guessing this is a fantasy romance. Yeah, not sure how much value they'll have, but quick little read and resell, hopefully. Then in my favourite charity shop, where the books are 4 for £1, so 25p each, I picked up a nice little His Dark Materials set: Northern Lights, Subtle Knife and Amber Spyglass. Not sure if that's the order they're in, I can't remember. I've actually got the omnibus edition of this, which was a gift from my aunt, which I've read and really, really enjoyed, and I recommend this to lots of people, everyone, basically. Lovely stories. This is a nice set, and for 25p each, they're in really good condition. And I don't know if you can see how nice that is. So they're nice matching covers as well. So we have the Amber Spyglass, the Subtle Knife, and Northern Lights. And I've bundled those ones on eBay already as a nice trilogy. And just to make up the 4 for £1, I randomly picked up Twilight of the Gods 2, Grower's Other Eye by Dennis Smith. Not heard of him, but lovely fantasy cover. Don't think it has any value on its own, but I just thought I'd pick it up as a random fantasy book, and obviously I'll have to keep my eye open for others by him now. That was just to make up the 4, really. And then another 4 for £1 were Mercedes Lackey's Arrows of the Queen. I picked this one up because I picked up Mercedes Lackey's before, so her name's on my radar, and that's fantasy. I'll have to look to see if that's part of a collection set I've already got, or if it's just another random one of hers. She's written so many books, I probably shouldn't have started collecting them. I picked up The Chalice by Phil Rickman. My aunt recommends him as a wonderful author, and she's bought me a couple of his books. So this is to go with those. I haven't started reading them yet, though. I really should get round to that sooner rather than later, I think. Got a Kathy Reichs Monday Morning. As you know, I'm collecting her. So that was to add to my collection. And a Kate Moss, The Winter Ghosts. Because Kate Moss has been on my radar because of that trilogy with Labyrinth and Sepulchre and Citadel, I've been looking out for her other books as well. I will make a comment here as to whether this is part of a set or a standalone. But yeah, don't look forward to reading that one. And the same charity shop on another day, 4 for £1 again. It's Kathy Reichs Bare Bones, again to add to my Kathy Reichs collection. That was one I was missing. Ooh, I'm about to drop all of these. Cressida Cowell's Wizard of Once. I've been collecting the How to Train a Dragon books, and so her name's been on my radar. So I thought I'd pick this one up because it looked interesting, and I could probably bundle it with the How to Train Your Dragon books once I've finished collecting them and read them. I got A.N. Wilson's Stray, just because I like the idea of it being about a cat. Love books about cats. And that looks like a cute little read. Don't think it's got any value on its own though. And just to make up a 4, I picked up Julian May Sky Trillium, and then realised I actually already have it, but I don't think I've got it in the hardback version. So I love Julian May. The Trillium saga is just awesome, and the Galactic Milu was just great as well. So yeah, really recommend her, and she's one of my keepers. So I'll see which book's in the best condition to be the one to keep, and then probably either sell the other one on or take it back to a charity shop. From a car boot where I didn't find much, I found Mary Brown's Master of Many Treasures. This one is just purely for me because I read one of her other books. The Pigs Don't Fly was the one I read when I was a kid, and so you really hardly ever see her anywhere. So I was really pleased to find this one. I'm just trying to look to see how much I paid for it. I think it was 25p. So yeah, that's going to be a nostalgia read for me, and probably a keeper, that one. And then these two I must have got with a third thing that I can't remember what it was, because there was 33. I've put them down as 33p each, so I guess it was 3 for £1. So this one's Chris Riddle, Otterline Goes to School. This was one I was missing because I'd picked up a few Chris Riddle at a car boot ages ago, and so that's to go with them, so I can then finish reading them and sell them on, because these nice little hardbacks probably will sell okay, in pretty good condition. And another Kathy Reichs, this time Kathy Reichs, Deja Dead, again to go with the set. So I'm getting pretty close to finishing her series, I think. So that's good. Also, at 2 different times, I found these logic puzzle books. So this one is Myrtle, and this one is More Killer Puzzles Myrtle. Now these, I think I paid £1 each for these, mostly for myself, for my own interest to do, because I thought they'd be good fun, but turns out they actually have a little bit of value. So I've come up with an idea, and it's working so far. And I might need to reset up the camera to show you what I mean. Hold on one sec. Right, this looks better. Right, so I picked up these 2 Myrtle books at different times in the charity shop. They were both £1 each though, and I picked them up for my own interest and to have fun doing, because I used to love logic puzzles as a kid, and I thought it would be a fun thing to do in the summer. But found out actually they have a little bit of value. So what I've decided to do is I have an old, I don't know if you can see that, a clear acetate, like from an overhead projector. I guess you could use any clear piece of plastic, and then you choose the puzzle page you're working on, slip that over the top like so. And then I have a non-permanent wipe dry marker, so you can fill in your logic puzzle like so, as you would, working out your clues and things and however that goes and whatever, and solve the puzzle, make notes, find out if you're right, and then simply wipe it off. And there you go. You can reuse the book, re-gift it, or sell it on. Much better than using pencil, because like this one, I think someone had used pencil for the first few puzzles, And you can see that even though I've rubbed them out, you can still see that there is a few marks that you can't really get completely out. So much better than using a rubber pencil and eraser. Use a piece of plastic and a dry white marker if you want to reuse your books or redo them at a later date when you've forgotten them. So there, that's my suggestion. Now let's look at a couple of sales. I bought these 5 fighting fantasy books from charity shops at various times. Total cost was £4.50 and they sold for £13.99, so a profit after costs of £5.20. I think I showed you my pickup of these Weather Fairy books in my last haul video. They cost £1 and I sold them for £9.49, making a profit after costs of £4.40. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to be alerted to my new videos. Right, I'm off to look at that puzzle book and then read a book.